98, BP 217, 217, LP 1,889, sorry, 1,889, 1889, NNPP 98,234, 98234, NRM 1,200, 1200, PDP 386,587, 386,587, PRP 468, 468, SDP 532, 532, YPP 2,773, 2773, ZLP 1,211, 1211. Total valid votes 920,531, 920,531. Total rejected votes 34,274, 34,274. Total vote cast 954,805 votes, 954,805. So the result as presented.
Okay, thank you very much, Scope. Any reports of cancellations or places where elections were not held?
Yes,
the
sir.
Numbers and the reasons?
There was some cancellation in 20 local government areas, 41 RA, 50 PUs, and it is as a total number of council board 52,846, 52,846, and it is as a result of overvoting and malfunctioning of BMAS.
Okay. Any comments? Any suggestions? Yes, there's a hand there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When some party officials walked out, I stayed back not because I want to endorse the process that's ongoing. I stand back in protest with the continuous process. I will explain. During the last session, I pointed you, sir, to section 64, and I'd like us to treat that. 64, subsection 4A and B. You said you were going to address it. You didn't say a word about it. We can't continue like this. If the process says the results must have been uploaded before they are presented here, why aren't we following that? Recall, when it was time for us to upload agent on the portal, you followed the law strictly. When it was time for us to do all the process as stipulated in the Electoral Act, you followed this strictly. Now, my question is, because I speak for my party, the African Action Congress, I can't understand why we're not addressing something as serious as that. People are completely upset. My party members cannot understand why this has continued. Please, Mr. Chairman, why is the Electoral Act not being followed during this process? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any further comments? Remember what I said at that time, and recall what some other party leaders also said, or party agents said. They referred to that section of the law and also referred to the section of law that empowers the Commission to review. And we are going to review on the basis of the complaints that we received from you. which at present we have not received, of discrepancy between what is here and what your agents brought from the field. This will be done. So please, if you have any observations, any comments or any discrepancies, please point this out. Tomorrow, I will speak on the issue of the IREV. Right now, our engineers are working on that to upload what remains to be uploaded on the portal. I will speak to it. Any other comment? Any other comment? Okay. So thank you very much. Scope, can you please bring the results so that... Thank you. Did he use the continuation in addition to? Okay. Can you sign in the stamp? Okay. What about EC40G? Oh, here. Oh, okay. Same thing. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Next is Adamawa. Is Adamawa ready? Adamawa. Okay, Rek, please introduce yourself and let the scope introduce himself and present the results.
I am Barrister Udi Nusari, MNI, the resident electoral commissioner for Adamawa State.
My name is Professor Mohamed Laminu Mele, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, University of Maiduguri. I am the collation officer for the presidential election of 25th February for Adamawa State. So I hereby present the results. Adamawa State has 21 local government areas with a total number of registered voters of 2,196,566. 2,196,566. 196,566. Total number of accredited voters, 764,834. 764,834. The total number of votes received by the presidential candidate of each of the political parties are as follows. A, 654, 654. AA, 536, 536. AAC, 646, 646. ADC, 3,398, 3,398. ADP, 1,906, 1,906. APC, 182,881, 182,881. ABGA, 887, 887. APM, 650, 650. APP, 372, 372. BP, 522, 522. LP, 105,648, 105,648. NNPP, 8,006, 8,006. NRM, 1,563, 1,563. PDP, 417,611, 417,611. PRP, 701, 701. SDP, 1,944, 1944. YPP, 958, 958. ZLP, 2,257, 2,257. Total number of valid votes, 731, 140, 731, 140. Total number of rejected votes, 30,481, 30481. Total votes cast, 761,621, 761,621. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any polling units where elections did not hold or the result cancelled?
Yes. Total number of council votes, 23,097. They were cancelled in about 33 polling units across 13 local government areas. And most of the reasons are overvoting. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments, any question? Any observation? Okay, thank you very much. Please submit your results. Thank you, Adama. Great. Just pass it over. Okay, can you sign and the stamp? Stamp. Just as we did for this one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Okay, the next state is Katsina. Katsina State. So Rek, introduce yourself, let the scope introduce himself, and he presents the result.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Yahya Makarfi Ibrahim, and I'm the resident electoral commissioner, Katsina State.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Muaz Abakar Gusau, Vice Chancellor, Federal University Gusau, and I'm at the State Collation Officer as scope for Katsina State. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, the result for the presidential election held on 25th February 2023 in Katsina State are as follows. Total number of registered voters, 3516719. 3516719. Total number of accredited voters, 1097663. 1097663. Total number of votes received by the presidential candidate of each of the political parties are as follows. Party A, 255, 255. AA, 523, 523. AAC, 234, 234. ADC, 1405, 1405. ADP, 1798, 1798. APC, 482, 283, 482, 283. AFGA, 1391, 1391. APM, 603, 603. APP, 269, 269. BP, 327, 327. LP, 6376, 6376. NNPP, 69386, 69386. NRM, 1053, 1053. PDP, 489045, 489045. PRP, 1986, 1986. SDP, 339, 339. YPP, 1029, 1029. ZLP, 371, 371. Total valid vote, 105673, 105673. Rejected vote, 32514, 32514. Total vote cast, 1091,187, 1091,187. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Scope. Are there polling units where elections did not hold or cancelled?
Yes, sir. There are 18 local governments where were affected, and 18 REs affected, 95 PUs, and 51421 registered voters in total.
Do you have the breakdown by PBCs collected?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many?
44944.
44944. Okay, thank you very much. Party agents, any comments? Okay, please come forward to submit your report. Okay, let me. Okay, can you sign in the stamp, inside the stamp, sign. Okay. Right. Okay, Nasarawa State is around, but will require a few minutes with the collation secretariat. So we take Nasarawa and then see if there are other states. We either take a break and come back, or if there are no other states, then we may reschedule for tomorrow and continue. So Nasarawa, please, collation secretariat be fast so that we can take Nasarawa and any other state that comes. Thank you.
All right, there you've seen some of the new results that have been turned in from Jigawa to Katsina, painting the political map differently. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, winning in Katsina, like we were analyzing earlier. That's a home state of President Muhammadu Buhari of the APC, and the APC winning in Jigawa State. And so that's another very interesting and a close race, a tight race between the PDP and the APC. And I was asking earlier, before we went back into that session, how this comes to you. They shared borders, but then they didn't share ideology in terms of how the pattern and manner of their voting.
Yeah, it's not surprising. People, like I said, all politics is local. I think the problem of APC in Katsina was about the party primaries. It didn't go quite well. There were a lot of disaffections, a lot of defections within the state ahead of the election. So I saw what eventually played. I think, was it on your program, you were asking
Usawa
Hanatu, whether she's afraid of APC losing Katsina, and she denied. But I knew that all is not well within the APC family in Katsina State. And you have a governor, outgoing governor, Aminu Bello Masari, who has to cope with intractable insecurity in the states, which has made him very unpopular. And of course, the people seems helpless that even though they are the president, they are not feeling the impact of the presidency in their state.
Oluwale, look at the figure, the outcome of this election in Katsina State. Katsina is one of the KKK. You have the tendency of coasting home in a good election if you are able to garner good numbers from Katsina, Kebbi, from Kaduna, from Kano. Katsina, for example, look at the margin between Tinubu and Atiku in Katsina. It's just about, it's less than 11,000 votes, if I'm right. 482,283. That is the votes that Tinubu garnered in Katsina, compared to Atiku, who won in Katsina State with 489,045 votes. Did you see that coming, Oluwale?
To be quite honest, we expected this election to be a lot more competitive than previous elections. And regardless of the battering it has received, I think the Beavers has a lot to do with it, in my own estimation. First of all, the chances of your tampering with the results are much less. Because when you see a state like Katsina before, you say, well, this is the president's state, this is this, and you expect that everything usually will go one way, and margins will be much, much wider. But looking at things now, you are seeing elections with much, much tighter results. I personally think that the Beavers has a lot to do that. It gives a fairer reflection of the wishes of the people. Absolutely. By the time we see Rivers State, I'm sure it'll be an interesting Rivers State, another place where margins are usually very, very wide. Apart from the first election that brought in ODD against Awushe in 1999, the margins in most of these states are much, much, much wider.
You don't think Rivers' margin will be that wide?
I will be surprised if it's very wide, although there are other factors and dynamisms at play, but I will be quite surprised. I think our elections have become a lot more competitive. 8 years ago, you probably would not have seen these razor-sharp margins that you are seeing in some of the states.
I don't know who should take the credit, Chamberlain and folks there. In the election of Rivers State, for example, if APC wins in Rivers State, who will be taking the credit? If PDP wins in Rivers State, who will take the credit? I mean, I'm looking at the political intrigues that have played out before that election. I mean, considering the fact that the PDP presidential campaign, they couldn't find a way to do their campaign there, and you saw what really happened. There's the Rotimi Amechi factor, Tonya Cole factor, but the alliance and the seeming alignment between Wike and the Tinubu camp. You saw how much of the APC folks went to visit Wike in his home. So that's what I'm asking. Bosere, who do you think would have taken the credit, whichever way it goes?
Sheon, I think this raises that point around what do people vote for? Do they vote for the party? Do they vote for the candidates? Or do they vote, ideology?
Different sentiments.
What is the sentiment that is driving the votes? And I think that is something that, a state like Rivers will help us to unfold. Because if you think about what people expect, which is that, people vote for the governor, then you expect that it will go a certain direction. If you think people vote the party, and Rivers has been a predominantly PDP state, then you expect it to go a different direction. Again, I don't know if you know the composition of Rivers, but there's an Igbo sort of speaking part of Rivers, right? Are they going to go with ethnic sentiment? So you see, there are different dimensions that I think a state like Rivers will help us to really unravel. What are people voting
If
for?
I could just jump in and ask, how much influence do you think the leaders have on how the votes turn out?
I mean, if you take what Mr. Uzi said around, how fair our process, our electoral process is getting, I definitely think that the leaders are going to have less and less influence. And I think we're seeing it play out, isn't it? Right? So the leaders are going to have less influence. Now, there's more awareness about the cost of who you vote. Yeah. Remember that elections is the pathway to good governance. I say that in the last 8 years, it pinched all of us. It was collective. Nobody was exempted, right? So my point is that, people understand the difference, right, between, your representative representing you or not. I think that there's an increased
Let me take us to yet another very interesting conversation which got us talking off the cameras and when we were off the air. And this is the National Assembly election. We're still keeping our eyes on the National Collation Center. But there are a lot of things that have happened. In the Senate, for example, the Senate spokesperson, Ajibola Basiru, has lost his re-election bid into the Senate to represent the good people, as he always says, of Osun Central on the platform of the APC. He lost to Mr. Fadeyi Olubiyi of the PDP. Now, Governor Ben Ayade, the incumbent governor of Cross River State, has lost the bid to return to the Senate. He's been defeated by the incumbent senator who went from the House of Representatives to the Senate, Senator Jaribe Agom Jaribe of the PDP in the Cross River North senatorial election. Mr. Ayade, he was in the Senate in 2011, 2015 before he succeeded the former governor of the state, who is the vice or the deputy director general of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Lee Elimoke. And if you look at the screen right here, from Edo State, the former national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshiomhole, he got his election, defeating Senator Ali McKenna in that senatorial district. Godswill Akpabio is returning to the Senate. He's won his own election. Governor Ben Ayade lost to Senator Jaribe, and the former governor of Nasarawa State. Interesting dimension in Nasarawa State. SDP reared his head. He roared like a lion, like a crocodile. He sneaked into the domain of the APC and consumed what they would have called their domain. And here we have it.
Sean, it is interesting you said roared like a lion. the animal on the logo of the SDP is a horse, a white horse. So maybe you can say they rode gallantly.
We've seen the place of animals in our politics recently. So in Nasarawa State, SDP, I'm not sure anybody was...
The senator and the former governor.
Absolutely. And they coasted home with 3 senatorial seats in that state. This is the minority leader in the House of Representatives losing his seat. And the former governor of Bayelsa State is a second-time second time, being second time, lucky to get into the Senate. So there are a lot of dynamics in the National Assembly. Mr. Uzi.
Yes.
Did you see? What do you think that this mix will bring into the National Assembly? New folks, old folks coming back. What do you make of it?
I think all living things to progress have to be dynamic, they have to be organic. Things must change, some of the old must die off and the new must come on board. So I think that is just a reflection, and I think it will be the colors of national assembly were as colorful as your time. Presenting different colors.
That was the idea, to tell you how the map is looking dynamic these days.
It should be quite an eclectic mix. There are those who believe that we should copy from the American system where senators and congressmen stay for 25, 30, 35 years for grooming, for mentorship, and then they qualify and maybe go on to higher positions like Joe Biden did and became president. It has its advantages, it has its disadvantages. The dynamics and our social-cultural, our political history are slightly different. For example, a lot of zones, they have a zoning formula that one time this person from this local government or this this area goes, next time it's somebody, so that there'll be some kind of equity and fair representation. And they talk about the federal character principle, that the country governance should reflect the diversity of the country. So, but the flip side to it is that, look, there's some traction you gain, there's some knowledge you gain, and there's a lot of learning to be done. And if each time you bring a new person, you're starting afresh. There's a lot of waste in that whole system. You lose out on the experience, and experience is something that is so precious to us, and we're not making maximum use of experience that we've gotten from public service. And legislature's work is there's a lot of intellectualism to it. You know, take the Electoral Act, for example. You have to have a good understanding of the Act. So when you look at where we're coming from and where we're supposed to be headed for, what are the lessons learned from there? Yes, you can have experts, you can hire consultants, but the operators of the system have to have some working knowledge. And I know you know a lot of these people. The Communications Act, the Electoral Act, are actually conceived and written by the core of it is written by 2 or 3 people who do most of the work. The other things are just additions here and there. Yeah. You need some kind of dedication. So it's a lot
of former governors who are going to be going into the National Assembly. Yes. Some former governors, their bid to return is failed, but there are a few of them. Senator, the guy from Anambra State, the YPP candidate, he got a return. Ifeanyi Uba. Senator, the former Abaribe, defeated the incumbent governor, Ikpeazu. Godswill Akpabio is returning. The former governor of Abia State and the chief whip, Orji Uzor Kalu, he got a re-election. Different, interesting story. For some, it's a sour taste. For some, it's a very sweet one. But we take a break, everyone. Mark, where you have a whole list of those who are successful in Kwara to Nasarawa. But we come back, everyone. But we need to take a short break. And when we return, more on the outcomes, what it means for our politics and the polity. Stay with us. We'll be right back, everyone.
Which kind of cable you gon' need to light up your house, eh? Oh, man, quality cable. Coleman quality. Coleman wire. Coleman durable. Coleman cable. Coleman can't. Coleman cable for any kind of project. Coleman. Now come and be the bar. Come and see. Now come and be the bar. Coleman won't light up your life. Now come and be the bar. Come and be the COLEMENA. Quality, durable, oh yeah. Now come and be the Baba.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you forget your points? Are you shy and need confidence? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking.
Attend the public speaking masterclass or one-on-one coaching in Lagos and Abuja and boost your speaking confidence before any audience. To register, call 0906-781-5830 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Experience the opulence and security of Swiss Trade Doors. With over 30 years experience, exclusive with a touch of history and craftsmanship, Swiss Trade Doors are made from the finest ancient aga and ivory wood. A range of exclusive armored doors, elegant interior doors, carefully crafted by world-renowned architects and engineers. At Swiss Trade, a door is much more, plus premium quality onyx stones and luxury interiors. Visit Swiss Trade today or call now. Swiss Trade, blend of beauty and security.
Everyone dreams of owning a home, but not everyone has the budget. We understand this, and that's why at Meridian Park Estate, everyone has a fair chance to own a home in Ajah and environs. Over the years, we have consistently and creatively delivered homes at prices that beat the market by about 20% and still furnish them with a flexible plan that makes payment convenient. That's why when our clients fear for price, we confidently say, not even your budget can stop you. Don't let your budget stop you from owning a fully built 3-bedroom maisonette duplex in Ajah for as low as 9.99 million naira key collection deposit and spread the balance over a period of 24 months. For more details and inquiries on how to save millions on a home in Ajah, visit www.meridianparkestate.com.
At the multilateral level also, we're able to get the United Nations on board. And if you recall, at that time, the attention of the world was focused more on Syria and Iraq, with Al-Qaeda, with IS, Islamic State. And so we were able, through rigorous engagement and outreach, Nigerian diplomacy, to get the Boko Haram front and center of the agenda, of the global agenda, and the fight against terror. So at the UN, we're able to get Islamic State of West Africa. Nigerian diplomacy, through Mr. President, was able to now isolate, in that sense, Boko Haram.
This message is brought to you from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
At Philomath University, Abuja, we achieved giant strides, impacted lives, strengthened partnerships, and delivered world-class education to our students. As we surge ahead on our mission to transform education in Africa, we are enthusiastic and adrenalized for the future, as we know you are also.
Philomath University. Unlock your dreams.
I wish you don't need to light up your light. The quality wire. Now which kind of you don't need to light up your house. Oh man, the quality cable. Coleman quality. Coleman wire. Coleman durable. Coleman cable. Coleman tank. Coleman cable for any kind of project. Coleman. Now come and be the bar. Come and see. Now come and be the bar. Up your lighting. Now come and be the policy. Now come and be the C-O-L-E-M-A-A. Quality. Durable, oh yeah. Now come and be the Baba.
Welcome back to the 2023 verdict, election studios, continuing coverage of the general elections as the map continues to take shape. We'll get comments from our panel of analysts here today. Jide, so having seen how this has gone so far, What do you expect in terms of probably what may happen next, and what kind of implications is it going to have on the next round of elections in a couple of days?
Again, everything needs to be put in context. First and foremost, let me put this out. Whoever has won must know by now. It's 3 days after election. And if you have agents in each of those polling units as advised or as encouraged by law, you should know whether you have won or you have lost. So what we are waiting for is the formalization or coronation or, just getting
validation.
God bless you. Validation of whatever has happened. You could see that we already knew Katsina from daybreak. It was declared at the state level before daybreak, but it just came to the National Collation Center. So if you are a serious candidate, you will have known whether you win or you won or you lost. But my appeal is to supporters. Let's keep the calm. The country is on tenterhooks now, and the economy is bad. And those who have issues with the election should please channel it to the appropriate quarter, which is the tribunals. Because any protestations, mass demonstration, or another, riot would definitely lead us. It's like cutting your nose to spite us.
Ambassador, do you think lessons have been learned in terms of all of those that bandied, the big word structure? Haven't seen who all of this is playing out now.
So, I mean, I think what I'd like to say is that this is Africa's largest election this year. The world has come to witness it, and there have been a lot of lessons learned. I think it is important for people to understand that there is a process to these elections. INEC and its chairman are committed to the process. I think it's important for us to be patient with that process. In terms of structure, I've always believed that the people are the structure. And I think that we will eventually see, as the map takes shape, that the people are the real structure.
The one word that kept on coming up is process over time. Yes. Are we able to distinguish both?
Well, it'll be a bit difficult. I guess you have to sacrifice one. Where we are presently, it will appear you have to sacrifice one for the other. Which one you decide to sacrifice, again, there are pros, there are cons, there are issues. And the good thing is that so many more results have been uploaded onto the platform. I'm hoping at least up to 45, probably 40-45% have been uploaded. We hope before the conclusion of the, before the conclusion, we can get probably all of the results onto the portal.
But do you think people will, okay, maybe my colleagues here, we joked about eradication of IRAD.
And the manner in which things are really gone, I'm actually looking back into the soundbite of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Yeah.
We didn't get to be able to comment and get the reactions from our panelists here about the import of what, I mean, he's an elder statesman and a former president, what he said and what he means for these. He's made a very categorical request from the president on INEC and what should be done, and was asking about Saturday. How realistic are these requests? Jide, maybe you can weigh in on that.
Well, I think former President Olusegun Obasanjo is entitled to his opinion as a statesman, as a former president. But I think what he has said is advisory, and we should take it as an advice which the president can act on or may not want to act on. But I think this process should be allowed to be concluded.
Do you think he has intelligence at his disposal, which has informed his asking the president to take certain action?
He possibly has, but you see, I wish he were not partisan like other heads of state that we know, Abdul Salami Abubakar, General Gowon, former President Goodluck Jonathan. Obasanjo has come out to openly endorse Peter Obi. Now, the intelligence at his disposal may be that Peter Obi does not stand a chance of winning in this election. Perhaps he wants that self-fulfillment of what he thought was the thought force and the revolution that he was looking for. So that coloration, because this statement is very weighty that a process that is already on should be aborted and start all over again. I'm not sure that's the mood of the nation, beyond the partisan, those who seems to be losing. I don't, and I think we should allow this to.
I think probably let's get a legal, and maybe this manner in which we could wrap up the section 64, and the manner in which some of the politicians are asking the way they want INEC to go, the returning officer, and what the law says. You are a senior lawyer. Maybe you can just in 30 seconds just wind us down and tell us how practical that could be. If the returning officer, the INEC chairman, can change his mind or change or review the process.
I think that's actually section 65. Section 65 gives the returning officer, in this case the chairman of fairly wide powers. He takes a final decision subject to the approval of the validation of the commission, the whole commission himself. But he, as returning officer, will sit down and decide, look, I want to accept this cause, I don't want to accept this cause. He has some latitude, but he must exercise that within the confines of the law. So he cannot capriciously, just on his own, saying, oh, I don't like the results from Abia State, I cancel Abia State. You must do everything in accordance with the law. All right,
Toluwole Osaze Ozi, former director of voter education with INEC. Professor Prof has since left us. Jide Ojo is here, an Iran analyst, as well as Abosede Alimi, Iran analyst. We all look forward to that. Thank you, all of you, for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Well, the verdict 2023, our continuing coverage will continue, but on the hour will be the news at 10.